Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be creating our first Ansible playbook. And a playbook in Ansible is something like a script that defines all of the things that Ansible should do. So let's go to our Jenkins directory. And in here, let's go to our Jenkins Ansible directory. And let's create a new file, which is going to be, for example, play.yaml. All of the Ansible playbooks are written in YAML, so we need to start learning YAML format. The YAML format is exactly the format that we have been using for the Docker compose file, so I think that you are already used to this. So let's hit enter to create our file, and remember that we are creating the files in our host machine, but these files are going to be run inside of the Jenkins container. But we're creating this in here because inside of the container we don't have Beam or any editor. So we're creating this outside and then we're going to copy these files to the container. So now we need to start creating our playbook. In Ansible, to create a playbook, normally we start with the host's instruction, which means which host are we going to use to run this task. In this case, remember that if we take a look to our inventory, we only have one host for now, which is the test1 Ansible. So if we go back to our file, our playbook, let's define that host. So this is test1, cool. Then we need to define the tasks. And this is all Ansible's structure. If you are not sure about this, you can go to google.com and look for Ansible Playbook example or Ansible Playbook syntax or whatever you want. So if you want to read the documentation, go ahead. You're going to find it useful. And as you can see, this is how a playbook looks like. So we'll start with the host. We're not going to use variables in here, but we're going to be using the tasks. So okay. Once we have the tasks, we define what we want to do. In this case, we want to use a shield model, which is a pretty simple model that is something like your bash